Hey everyone, it's Ray. Welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV, the Hildibrand episodes. In the last episode, shenanigans. Shenanigans, and more shenanigans, and then more shenanigans. And then Hildy got taken to the moon. In this episode, we're going to find Hildy. So, let's talk to Nashu and see what we can do. Lunar Conspiracy. Nashu Makaraka awaits your approach like a butterfly poised to set off a hurricane. Jesus Christ. Rei'tan, I have a new lead, and just as I promised, you're the first to know. Before we get into the details, though, I should give you back your soul container. Give it a good scrub first, of course. Being the gentleman that he is, I'm sure the inspector wouldn't want you to have any lingering spiritual odors. How did you... There, now you can listen to my findings without having distracting thoughts of, what is actually going to give me back my soul container? Now, as for the lead I mentioned, I was thumbing through a periodical and found an article on alien abduction. And the way it was described was almost exactly what happened to the inspector. Even had a little diagram of a man swimming in midair. Anyway, the author seemed convinced that the victim had been taken to the moon. Sounds like the kind of rubbish that Thavnarian Truth publishes. That's because it is! You remember Dorian, the editor in briefs? He was the one who wrote it. His plans on doing research in the he plans on doing research for the next edition on the moon itself. Apparently there's a portal or something in Garlemald that will take you straight there. Oh, but a world-hopping adventurer like you must have been to the moon already. No, like the back of your hand, I bet? Yes, actually. I thought so. It'd be nice to have an extra guide up there to help me search for clues. What say you? We shouldn't be quick to trust the nonsensical ramblings of a man who sees aliens. To the moon, Nashu! To the moon! Right, I'll start packing my bags. I don't know what the weather is like on the moon, but I remember Garlemald being a bit chilly, at least the last time I was there. Wait, when were you in Garlemald? Oh boy. Anyway, you can't broken glass. Seriously, when the fuck were you here last time, Nashu? Oh, it's much colder than I remembered. I sure hope this lunar gate is close. The Tower of Babel? You mean that big spiky spire? Well, we definitely shouldn't get lost on the way there. Let's get moving. Alrighty, let's fly on out. God, Garlemald is so dark and gloomy, especially when it's in this weather. You can't even see shit, can you guys? Yeah, it's pretty dark and gloomy. Maybe I should try to record these during the day or some shit. But that involve having to wait a heck of a long time, and I don't want to deprive you of that. So anyway, further this way, we should be approaching the base soon enough. And here we are. And here's Nashu. So, this thing will send us to the moon, just like that? Courage, Nashu.
The world's in grave danger and the people deserve to know. I have to reach the moon so I can expose the truth.
And I have explained to you twice already, I can only allow passage to authorized travelers, which you are not.
Ah, you're with them, aren't you? The aliens have infiltrated every layer of our society.
What in blazes are you talking about? I'm Dalmascan, born and raised. Oh look, it's Dorian, the editor in briefs.
That's Delian, editor-in-chief, thank you very much. And you are friends of the abducted, I believe.
Rei'tan, greetings. Are you acquainted with this man by any chance?
No, am I affiliated?
He exposited in my direction once. And that was enough, I'd wager. He has trouble written all over him.
Rei'tan? As in Rei'tan Lukla? Slayer of gods, savior of Ishgard, liberator of the provinces, stealer of pants?
Hey, that was one time. That was one time.
How did I fail to recognize such an unbelievably famous individual? As a champion of the people, you have a duty to lead us through this back-strangling checkpoint. We cannot let your comrade's abduction go unsolved. He needs you, and the world needs my next article.
He can go through. I'll keep an eye on him. Oh yeah, and Hildy was taken to the moon.
You believe he was taken to the moon?
Well, that certainly sounds like an emergency to me. Your acquaintance here seems sincere in his desire to help, so I'll grant him special dispensation to accompany you just this once. You may proceed to the Nethergate.
Mysterious forces have thrust us together, and although I trust the fates about as much as I trust that obviously compromised gate guard, I will leave no moonstone unturned. The truth is up there!
Whatever, you weirdo. Alright, we've got an idiot, a ditz, and a weirdo. This is going to be an odd Hildibrand episode. Anyway, welcome to the moon. Alright.
Is this it? Are we here?
Oh, the moon is just as white and shiny up close. Not made of cheese. No sign of the Inspector Hildibrand either.
So we've already arrived? The Empire's technology is more advanced than I feared. Over there, the aliens have built some kind of forward base on the lunar surface. We must sneak in and blow the lid on their invasion plans.
Looks like Dorian has a lead. Come on, we should follow him. It's not a Hi, Watcher.
Aliens! Honest to God, aliens! Never expected to be so tall, or so small and bunny-like.
Welcome. If I had known I was receiving so many visitors, I would have sent for more tea.
That voice, speaking inside my head. I don't know the words, but their meaning is clear. They wielding psychic powers to try and brainwash me?
You alright there, friend? Need help with anything in particular?
This one speaks our tongue fluently. Learned it from your Charlian collaborators, I wager. Don't think you'll fool me with your adorable bunny nose and silken ears. I'll print the truth before you arrive to beguile my fellow men.
Sorry. You're one of Uriange's friends, aren't you? I'm not sure who or what put such ideas into your companion's friends. Would you mind setting him straight for me? Sure. Loporrits are not alien invaders, although their adorableness does belie their capacity for shenanigans. Loporrits are allies of all mankind. Misguided attempts to make us live off of carrots, not alone withstanding.
They got to you, didn't they? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I've heard rumors about the disbanded Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The formerly secret society has in truth become all the more secret, that it may pull our leader's strings from the shadows.
Hold it right there, mister. I won't stand here and listen to you slander Rei'tan and this lovely bunny any longer. You better not libel them either. Yeah, you're on thin ice, buddy. We actually came in search of Inspector Hildibrand, a dashing gentleman who we think was brought here by a shiny flying saucer. You wouldn't happen to have seen either of them around here, would you?
I'm afraid I've seen neither. Long was it my duty to keep watch, but as the need for constant vigilance has since ended, I have grown accustomed to idleness. It's rather refreshing, really. Anyway, perhaps the Loporrits may have observed this man or his abductor.
I feel I would have remembered if I had. The others might have seen something, though. Why don't I take you over to Bestway Burrows, and then you can ask them about them yourself? That sounds like a wonderful idea. Please lead the way. If nothing else, getting an eyeful of the facilities we built for the benefit of mankind should help reassure your suspicious friend here.
Oh boy.
If anything, it might drive him more crazy. Oh boy. And we're already at Bestway Burrows. Perfect. Delian?
Good gods!
So many bunnies!
If they can build a forward base on this scale, then what hopes does mankind have against them?
Oh, for the love of carrots, it's not a military operation. Do you see any cannons or assault crafts? We haven't any weaponry at all. Take your time and chat with whomever you like. As for me, I've got a perfectly innocuous and not on all nefarious things to do. Bye now.
Right then, let's get on with this investigation. Ashu and Delian are now accompanying you. For starters, we've got this. Ashu?
Look, they even have an aetherite here.
An aetherite! Convenient tool for meeting with their Charlie and co-conspirators, no doubt. Oh, they'll tell you aetherites were an elegant invention, but it was really just one of many alien technological secrets received in exchange for their undying loyalty. Link pearls, too. Be careful what you say on those private calls. The Charlians are always listening.
Whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever. You need to fucking chill. Alright. First off, we've got a languid leopard over here.
Oh, I often stretch my legs out there under the stars, but I can't say I've noticed anything out of the ordinary. Sorry.
Not to worry. We'll try our luck elsewhere. Thank you.
Furry-faced liars, the lot of them. They're probably hiding an entire fleet of alien attack craft.
Dude, seriously. Calm the fuck down. Oh, we've got another, talking point over here. Ashu? Machinery beneath the floor? Boy, that's a big fan. Must get hot in here.
A propulsion engine? Of course, this is no mere moon. You know the satellite moon upon which we stand was never a natural celestial body, right? It was a grand fabrication of the ancients. They were in contact with aliens even back then, but their purpose of ambitious construction has eluded us. Until now. It's obvious that the moon was a colossal starfaring vessel.
Well, you're right about the starfaring vessel part. The alien collaborators? No. This thing was made by Heidelin. Alright, Loppermint Promoter.
Oh, ever since we built the Excitotron 6000, we get all kinds of people around here. Could you describe your missing friends in a bit more detail?
Well, he's very gently and dapper, if you look past the almost certainly tattered state of his clothing.
Although their fashion sense can be a bit eclectic, our visiting adventurers are always dressed impeccably. Not to be rude, but I have a feeling your friend would have stood out in that crowd.
He's probably strapped to a table somewhere, even as we speak, during unspeakable experiments. Ugh. From what I've pieced together so far, the giant alien is the master, and all these smaller xenobunnies are artificial life forms created to serve as minions for his army. Their harmless appearance is a part of the strategy. As soon as you let your guard down, snap! They'll take you down like a pack of tiny herbivorous wolves.
Dorian has some interesting theories, doesn't he? Being nibbled to death by a mob of cuddly bunnies doesn't sound like a bad way to go. Please, these Loporrits are perfectly fine. They are perfectly safe. Even if they do shenanigans. Anyway, let's try looking over here. Let me just check the map really quickly. Okay, I don't think there's any more, talking points, so let's go over here before my throat decides to die on me again. Ah, Weaving Way.
No gentleman in ragged clothes, I'm afraid, but I did spot an object in flight that I couldn't immediately identify. It was while I was out gathering materials in the south of Mare Lamentorum. I presume it was just some elegant relic or new species of floating jellyfish. I didn't think too much of it.
Oh, now that sounds promising. Thank you for your time.
What's this then? A pod for growing new xenobunnies? They must plan to produce them in the millions and overwhelm us with sheer fuzzy numbers. Ah, how could I have been so blind? Those aren't ears, they're psychic wave generators. They lure people close with their precious little faces, and then, BAM! Brainwashed! I figured it all out, you alien scum. Once the world hears of my special edition, your dreams of dominating will be done for. Ha!
What a strange and oddly aggravating man. Is he a friend of yours too? He thinks he's a friend to the people, but I don't think that any people are his friends. Ouch! Nashu, ouch! Right, let's get out of there and find that flying object. You know which direction is south? I think I do.
Wait, I'm coming with you! Don't leave me alone with the brainwashing Xenobunnies!
God, Dillian, you are a fucking weirdo. Oh god, it's all the way out there. Didn't mean to activate that. Let's get to flying. Very peaceful. Bestway Burrows is such a nice little place. I could show you something really quickly, if you're in for a little bit more of, something else. This is the, Loporit's, Beast Tribe. They have a dance hall. Ain't it cute? They are such weird little fellas. They are so adorable. How could anyone think these things are evil? They were made by Heidelin of all things. They're just happy little bunnies. Bum, 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 bum. God, Endwalker was so good. I know some people have some thoughts that it was a great story expansion, but the content post main story was a little lacking. I found it quite entertaining and interesting. So yeah, I liked it. But anyway, let's get a move on. Move our way down through all this. Oh, excuse me. Swallowed a little wrong there. Oh yeah, the Sabbatenders here are fucking weird. Anyway, here's a vantage point. I did not want to do that. Alright, look for the flying object. First off, Nashu. Nashu is romping around with Argos, already forgetting why she was out here. Delian. Delian is searching high and low for any signs of alien vessels, like a true professional. Alright. Aha! We can't go over there. But, oh look, Cheese Boy. Gotcha! Ah, there it is! And there it goes. Come on, we can't let it get away! And there's our idiot. We did it, Rei'tan! We found the inspector! Case closed!
Horrendous! Only aliens could subject a man to such a callous and physically impossible fate!
Oh dear. Oh dear God.
Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or do you see a whole field of planted Hildibrands?
Yeah, he's fine. Hildibrand?
Well, what a delightful surprise to see you here, wherever here happens to be.
Oh god, they're multiplying.
My, what an impressive specimen of a gentleman you are, good sir. The same could be said of you, my good man.
Oh god.
Is this an extemporaneous gentleman's club? If so, may I be so bold as to join you?
What is going on? There's so many of them. Okay, where did those two get the tea?
What in the name of the occult is happening here? Where do they all come from?
They're phantom Hildibrands created by the reflection of starlight. Could they be Hildibrand clones grown in an alien laboratory's flesh vats? Imposters, you mean? Don't worry, I know just how to find the real inspector.
Cease and desist, Nashu! Use your powers of deduction, not destruction!
They're also authentic and synchronized. I honestly can't tell the difference.
Well, look no further, for I am the one and only Hildibrand, Age of Inquiry and Inspector Extraordinaire. The one and only? I believe that would be me, good sir. How odd. I think you will find that I am the original Hildibrand. Oh, I am most certain that I am Hildibrand. As am I. Could it be that we are all Hildibrand? How positively marvelous! I suppose we celebrate this auspicious moment as only a mob of Mandeville men can.
Oh god. There.
Good lord. What manner of waking nightmare is this?
This feels like it should be a ritual to summon something. The most gentle of gentlemans. Well, Nashu's having fun at least. Oh boy. Well, it didn't summon a primal, but it did summon the aliens. And they're vaporized. Oh, and here comes another Hildibrand. Squeak. Squeak, squeak.
Apologies for the confusion, my friends. I assure you that this time you stand in the presence of the imitable Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Mandeville.
And this diminutive blue chap here is my new associate, Master Poo Poo.
Another alien species! Of course, they're building a clone army to invade our star, and that's what we stumble upon was a field test.
I do not believe we've had the pleasure, my excitable fellow.
but I promise you that the amicable Master Poo-Poo has no desire to wage any clone wars. Then what is all this about? Are you telling me that you weren't abducted? A simple misunderstanding.
Oh god. Here comes the echo. Kicking in. Having a few of these lately.
Oh, what a charming little rascal you are! An offshoot of the Mandragora family, perchance?
Poo-poo. Poo-poo-poo-poo. Poo-poo-poo-poo-poo-poo.
Poo-poo. Ah, I see. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Master Poo-poo. Ahem, might I inquire about our current whereabouts? I have but recently reunited with Nashu and Rei'tan, and would greatly appreciate it if you could convey me back to my prior location.
Oh, Hildy.
Splendid! Full speed ahead, my dear fellow! Steady on now. This is not what I had in mind.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
My word, you've generated a veritable battalion of identical gentlemen!
God, that's ominous.
Surely the world could never safely contain so much pure Mandavillian magnificence. Could you perchance reverse the process?
That's ominous. Oh. Massive Nashu delight. And as always, they have a smile on their face when they're about to be destroyed, or obliterated, or blasted. Nice ARR reference with Louis Spa there. Oh. Seems one managed to get away.
Oh gods, not like that! Mummy!
And off he went again. Oh boy.
Thus, I have concluded that Master Poo-Poo has no grasp of the common tongue, and his true intentions, while purely peaceable, remain woefully unclear. It was only through frenzied gestures that I managed to direct him back here, and we have him clean up our Manderville multiplicity incident.
Poo-poo. I hail Poo-poo-poo from a star, Poo-poo, a great distance from here. Poo-poo, I came in search of a friend whose communications halted mid-exploration.
I can understand what he's saying.
All this way to aid a comrade in distress, you say? The devotion, the determination, your touching story has sunk its hooks into my heart. Fear not, my blue-hued friend, for I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have attached myself to this case like a stubborn barnacle on a kraken's behind. I swear to you here and now I shall scour all of creation, from the deepest pits of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the missing comrade that you so desperately seek.
Let me explain. And he's happy. Thank God the Echo is a universal translator as well. Alright, Hildy?
Tell me, Rei'tan, how is it that you're able to understand Master Poo-Poo's language?
The echo.
The power of echoes, you say? Ah, you mean persistent repetition? Sounds similar to the Mandevillian art of parley. You're saying you have an extrasensory ability that allows communication with aliens? How fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. Pending mysteries aside, I am glad indeed to be once more in the company of my faithful assistant and stalwart contemporary both.
Alright. That's the first one. The Imperfect Gentleman. God, that's ominous. Unfazed by events that would shatter the minds of a lesser man, Hildibrand stands ready to begin his next case.
So begins the case of the silent correspondent. Not to rain on your parade, but my friend who is somewhere on your star stopped sending messages is not a lot to go on. I've spent years investigating the existence of aliens. Recent experiences notwithstanding, they are not that easy to find.
Then you don't know Inspector Hildibrand. He'll solve this case as he solved countless others, with unerring perception and panache.
Ah, ha 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 ha! Well said, Nashu. I need but relinquish conscious thought to investigative instinct, and clues will follow me forthwith.
Thinking emote? Why isn't this an emote? Nothing but the sound of the void. Lose yourself in the detective current, Inspector.
You're channeling, aren't you? Contacting a higher power to breach the veil of mystery. Another fascinating development.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over. Though I'd like to know that I spotted that chap you were talking about. You know, the well-muscled gentleman with tattered clothing and dazzling teeth.
You mean this gentleman? We found it too.
Well, that can't be right. I just saw him at the north of Myra Lamentorum. He ran the other way when I called out. I don't understand how he could have arrived before me.
I have a feeling, Mr. Bunny, sir, that what you saw was an imposter. Rei'tan, would you mind asking Master Poo-Poo if he was growing any more inspectors on the moon? Sure. I think my echo explains it.
Poo-Poo, I only recreated a single batch, but one did manage to escape the vaporizing beam. That individual's behavior was unpredictable. Flaw in the cloning process, I'm afraid.
We got a malfunctioning Hildibrand out there.
Well, this won't do at all. We cannot have a flawed inspector running around besmirching the Mandeville name. Master Poo-Poo, I must ask that we hunt down and liquidate my other self as soon as possible. Why we delay the search for your comrade until the deed is done?
Poo-Poo, the imperfect clone was of my making. It's only right that I redress my mistake first.
Yeah, he'll help.
So begins the case of the imposter inspector.
Ooh, that does sound exciting. If you don't mind me coming along, I can show you the place where I saw the imposter inspector.
Alrighty. Let's get on it. Once again, shenanigans. So very many shenanigans. So it's going to be all the way on the north side. So we're just going to have to go through this. Oh boy. This place is pretty, but I wish there was more to do here. But then again, they did the whole Beast Tribe quest in there. So, I can't really complain. Let's see. Be here somewhere. There we go. I espy with my little eye no dashing defective gentleman.
You can't have made it that far on foot. Why don't we try searching the immediate area? Scan the horizon? That kind of thing?
And I suggest we split up and cover more, so we can cover more ground. Nashu, Rei'tan, and I will investigate to the west.
Right, I'll take these two and head east.
Splitting the party again? And you're leaving me with the aliens?
Oh, relax, Bright Eyes. We'll have a nice chat. And I could disabuse you of all those strange conspiratorial notions. Oh, and we can get to know our new friend here.
Go along with them. Maybe it'll change your perspective a little bit.
Let us be on our way as well, with Rei'tan in the van, if you please.
Alright, now they're following me. Let's add Peloton to make this go a little faster. Here we go. Hammer-struck thinker. There's a hammer in its head. Gee, this seems familiar. The goldsmith's hammer is lodged in the thinker's carcass. It appears to have been dealt a single, swift-killing blow.
Boy, the bugs grow big up here, don't they?
This hammer! Surely it cannot be. Nay, it does not bear thinking about. Come along, nothing to see here.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do a quick fly. Because, ooh, we got a little conversation here. Alright, Hildibrand, discuss the starry sky.
What a dazzling display of stars! Not a single cloud in sight? In fact, I've never seen the night sky so clearly. Now that you mention it, it's been nighttime the entire time I've been here. How much longer till dawn breaks, do you think?
This is dawn. Or wait, actually, it is 1 p.m. Discuss the starry sky.
Not a single cloud in sight, in fact.
Oh, they both, say the same thing. Okay. Oh, so I was voicing Nashu earlier. God, I'm a ditz. Hammer-struck moose. Oh boy. Another goldsmith hammer, another killing blow that bespeaks unparalleled strength.
Oh, looks like he's yawning. The hammer stuck in his head spoils the effect, though.
He cannot be here. Why would he be here?
That's a goldsmithing tool, isn't it? It looks awfully familiar.
And yet completely unrelated to our case. Moving on, people. Moving on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and speed this up. Not doing this fate. Trail of fancy footprints. A scent of gentlemanly tracks lead to the northwest.
Aha! In the sand and the snow, or half an inch of moon dust, I'd recognize those fancy footprints there. Anywhere, they're a perfect copy of mine. Fugitive inspector must be up ahead. I sense his gentlemanly presence. He is close, very close. No clones to the northeast quadrant, what we could see.
That's clever, Mr. Poo-Poo. It can scout for us from the air.
Aha! I found me! Why did I flee?
He seems sad, downcast, very uninspector-like.
A flawed creation, to be sure. Such negative emotions would never mar the heart of a true Mandeville man.
Yep. I like how... Oh. He's back.
Praise Thal for his patience. It would seem my beloved Hildy has been awoken from his unnatural slumber.
Oh, that's unexpected.
Abandoning my gentlemen comrades to save myself. My pride in worse tatters than my maltreated wardrobe. My fatherly love denied? Unmistakable. Unless that is not my son.
Wow, he deduced that pretty well. Oh. Well, that also helps.
Oh dear.
And he's off once again. Oh dear. Run down. Oh, dude, he's flying. Oh, I think this is more terrifying than the last time. Just running all across Mare Lamentorum. Oh, there was a hunt over there. And captured. Oh dear.
Another of me survived. I will not turn tail and run this time. No, sir. Hildibrand to the rescue!
And double swing.
Round and round as fast as I can. I can't slow down. I'm a Mandeville man!
Mandeville dance of the ephemeral twins. Jackpot. Embedded in the wall again. Or should I say embedded in the nose? It just keeps going. Seriously? Funny dance. I actually have this emote. It's actually from the completed Endwalker Beast Tribe quests.
Now I know I'm dreaming. That can't possibly be real.
That was a little something we were preparing to welcome the people of Aetheris. I almost forgot I was still there.
How long have those bunnies been there? How long? Uh-oh. Looks like the ship's in a little bit of disrepair. Oh! Malfunction. Is that Enkidu? Oh, and there's there's Cheese Boy again. Yeah, that's Enkidu. And the Mandragora. And the Goblin.
The mirage appears to have stopped, but look at all this junk. Please be sure to pick up your litter before you leave. The moon belongs to everyone, you know.
Sure, we'll get right on that. Oh. And that one's gone now.
Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Mandeville, how glad I am to see you up and about. Your mother will be beside herself with joy. I only stand before you now thanks to Nashu, who stood ever vigilant at my bedside, and to Rei'tan, who ferried my soul back from across the rift. My son is indeed blessed with comrades of quality. You have my heartfelt gratitude.
Yeah, you're welcome.
To you, Master Poo-Poo, I extend my apologies. In my excitement, I fear I have broken your starship. If there's aught I can do to help effect repairs, you have but only to ask.
Poo-Poo, my vessel experienced a temporary malfunction, but there was no major structural damage.
He says it's alright.
It brings me relief and joy to hear that. Ahem. Might I have a word, Rei'tan? I had actually come to the moon in search of a certain rare ore, and by Thal's good graces, my quest has been successful. That ore, however, is but a single step in a longer saga. Meet me back at Hrothgar, and I will explain the role I wish to play.
And this is the tie-in to the Relic Weapon quest. Sadly, I won't be doing it, but, you can look up the cutscenes. They are ridiculous.
Yes, I think it's best we make the journey starwards. We'll not find Master Poo-Poo's friends from up here unless someone is packing an extremely efficacious spyglass. Anybody? No? Then home it is. For years, I chased after the supernatural and the inexplicable, but to encounter so much of it in such a short span of time, my mind still reels from the implications. Yet I must keep my gaze focused beyond the veil. A chance like this comes only once in a lifetime.
As long as you don't start, doing weird tabloid shit. I know the Thavnarian Truth isn't exactly a reputable article. But here we are, back in Hrothgar. Thank you for warping me back.
Ah, how lovely to be back on the star of my birth. Father did not carry the chat, but said something about returning here with a trusted employee. Well, we've no time for further familiar pleasantries. Nashu and I must devote our mental energies to the case of the silent correspondent. My keen inspector's sense impels me that we must begin our search in that direction. Make haste, my companions, for justice awaits for no man, not even one who is little and blue.
Inspector, wait! Can't justice make an exception for me?
His channeling appears to be remarkably effective. Fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. Rei'tan, forgive me. I seem to have been laboring under a misconception. After spending some time with the Xeno Bunnies, it has become clear to me that they have not the slightest intention of invading our star. They are no threat to us.
That's good. Glad you got that sorted out.
But he is! You know of whom I speak. That devious Master Poo-Poo and his diabolical devices devised solely for world domination. Oh boy. I shall have to investigate him further to learn the intricacies of his plan, but I may require your aid, not to mention your interpretation. I'll even pay you a retainer fee, so please, when the time comes, join me on my quest for the truth!
Sure. Anyway.
Rei'tan, my apologies for the wait. Shall we proceed to business, then? The task at hand concerns nothing less than a family legacy. The recreation of the historically significant and astronomically magnificent Mandeville weapons. They were the designs of a distant ancestor, you see. While the originals have long since vanished, the manual containing the secrets of their construction survived, a precious heirloom passed down through generations and generations of Mandevilles.
Why the sudden passion for weaponsmithing?
Tis true that, as a goldsmith, I have little occasion for crafting implements of war. Why this project and why now? You may very well ask, then I shall very well tell you. The tale begins not so long ago. I was here, in Rei'tan, to discuss a deal with an up-and-coming merchant. The matter in question was an acquisition proposal. Alas, the talk soured, so I made preparations to depart. It was then that the sky burst into flame. You know all too well what the horrors followed. I did my best to defend the citizenry from the beasts which spawned, yet I could not save them all. Save far too few, in fact. The memory of it haunted me, day and night, and I found myself unable to work. Then I heard the news of how you and your companions had ventured forth to banish this evil at its source. You forged on to face the deepest despair, and it gave me the courage to do the same. I took a good, hard look at the looking glass and asked, what can Godbert Mandeville do to safeguard the people of the star? Thus did I realize that I had both the knowledge and the skills to forge the greatest of weapons, that I might empower others to protect themselves and their fellow man. So I began going down the list, acquiring the necessary materials with single-minded purpose. One of these was a good chunk of the purest Mandarium ore, a metal found exclusively in meteorites, and that only rarely. I searched high and low, scouring impact sites and consorting with kobolds, all to no avail. Then when none was found on Heidelin, I set my sights on the moon, where I at last obtained a sizable sample. Now, I say at last, but the list of materials goes on. If I am to collect the rest in a timely fashion, I must employ the help of a comrade of quality. When you can spare a moment from adventuring, or aiding my dear son in his expecting, pray, drop a word in the ear of my manservant here. I shall clear my schedule of trivial interruptions, and we can proceed with the recreation of a Mandeville weapon forthwith.
Alrighty. And now? Meanwhile, elsewhere in Rei'tan, another dark figure in the shadows. God, that's a face.
Sound the alarm! A prisoner is escaping!
Did all that and now you're running away like an idiot with the hat over your head? Oh boy. What's going to happen with Lugae now? And now, a song. On solid ground or far out of this world, beyond the truth lies the weird and absurd. In heaven, a beloved son, he's second to none. Our agent of inquiry, Hildibrand Mandeville. Definitely not an alien clone. See, Inspector. Try to remember the lines for that, and I keep stumbling over them. Oh boy. But yeah, that's the end of Act 2. Oh boy. So yeah. It's a little dark here, so let me move closer to the aetheryte so we have some nice lighting. So yeah. That's it for Act 2. Once again, peak silly, peak shenanigans, and we're dealing with aliens. If you know anything about Endwalker, you know that this is no surprise. But yeah, it's still very weird, it's still very odd, and it's still very fun. But yeah, that's it. And until next time, this has been Ray, signing out. Later, guys, and have a good day.